without being creepy. Oh, you're in my home!
Oh dear.
Lydia, why are there 16 million people in our home? Oni, go back to sleep. You're all imagining this. That's right. And imagine this? Yes, you're suddenly WWE champion. Oh, really? Ooh, look at this sexy belt around my waist. He's going to listen to me. I hate it when you do this.
Oh, what did you just walk in on?
My home!
Oh dear.
Lydia, why are there 16 million people in our home? Oni, go back to sleep. You're all imagining this.
Oh my god.
Dan's asking, did anyone watch Money in the Bank pay-per-view? I saw the highlights. That Money in the Bank ladder match. What the hell?
Yeah, I'm like,
Sorry, that was awesome to me.
The bit where they walk in on Vince McMahon, and it's just like, excuse me, what are you two doing? I like how they very awkwardly put back the table, you know, the chairs around the table, just like, what?
that was weird.
Yeah, ignore what it's saying at the moment, how to make a lyric video. What is... one of my cousins contacted me to do a lyric video for one of his singles that he's releasing as an independent album. David, if you're listening, I will get onto it. I've just been dealing with a little bit of stuff this week, like everybody else, but we'll get it done. As people can tell, I'm back on the desktop this week, and folks, for those that are listening, I'm back on the internet on my desktop this week, courtesy of the FOK Tech Wi-Fi dongle. I'm not reading it out loud because it will sound like a certain other F word. And this thing is so easy to set up that once installed, I was up and running within about 20 minutes. And the speeds that this thing can do, I mean, I've read from some people that they'll have this thing set up in the attic when their Wi-Fi, super hub is like set up in the basement or the first floor, and they're getting more than decent speeds. Now, this by no means is a replacement for, network adapter Wi-Fi cards, but it's a nice solution for the time being. And yeah, that's how I'm back on my desktop finally, which, that's always fun. Just reading a few more comments. Dan says, Daniel Bryan and AJ Styles were probably nervous around Vince because they didn't want to get fired like the other recent wrestlers. Sean Retro says hi. Hello to Stephen, and hello to Ms. Gwyn Russ. We got a slew of topics to get through this evening. But, we're just going to be slowly taking our paces this evening because we haven't got the 2012 sound card from my laptop. Now, with all due respect to my laptop, it was bought around late spring 2012, so I'm not going to begrudge it in any shape or form because it's only performing to the best of what it could do, and it's only ever meant to be used as a temporary measure, hence why the sound quality from my end was a little bit off, to put it politely. But like I say, we're back to regular business. I really should close that particular Word document down. Let's see, something to start. We were just talking about the Becky Lynch situation before we got on. I think we probably will start with that. Let's see, just post that into there, and I'm gonna get a few. Let's see. Just starting a new thing that I've learned to do from watching a few other YouTubers where you can actually get like ticker tape. Would help if I knew how to type properly. Okay, now to pop that in. There we go. And then to actually go to the page in question. Seriously, just do... That's it. Whew. Becky Lynch pregnancy. Seth Rollins breaks silence fatherhood with adorable photo. Seth Rollins broke his silence on Becky Lynch's pregnancy news with an adorable photo on Facebook. The superstar had to be going through a ton of emotions of his own as Lynch was taking the test in this picture, but both seemed to be ecstatic to welcome their newest addition to the world later this year in December. In his post, Rollins showed a picture of Lynch's positive pregnancy test, calling it the best news of his life. The former two-time WWE champion lost his bid for a third one to Drew McIntyre Rollins Monday, but said he simply can't wait for December, Lynch's due date. The acknowledgement came days after Lynch's. Monday night, Lynch appeared on Monday Night Raw and announced she was pregnant and was giving up the Raw Women's Championship. She's held the title for 399 days, a record for both longest single reign and most consecutive days for the title, and also 1 day short of 400. Lynch shocked the entire universe Monday, announcing that she would be stepping away from the ring to be a mother and relinquishing her title to Asuka, but an amazing outpouring of support sprung up after the announcement. It was like the entire community was Asuka at that moment, as they shared in a bright spot for the ages on Monday Night Raw. After it was all said and done, the Women's Championship celebrated backstage with fellow superstars. Describing herself as someone who's always been career-focused, Lynch recently described her desire for wanting kids. She told People magazine a bit about the reveal and how she and Rollins discovered the good news, describing her desire for kids as chasing a dream and wondering if it would ever happen for her. When we got together, things started to look a lot clearer and I knew he was the person I wanted to have kids with, and this was going to happen, it was just a matter of when. Seth is one of the smartest people I know. Twitter begs to differ. The star, who is originally from Ireland, says of her fiancé, he's just got an insane work ethic, insane integrity, and he is the most generous, kind-hearted person. He's very, very focused on what the right thing to do is and is always looking to grow and connect and correct himself and be better so he can be the best person for me and now the best father. Will you be missing the man as she steps away from the ring? Let us know down in the comments below. Now, just to weigh my 2 cents, I'm just going to say the way that they set this up, I think it was a classy way for Becky to relinquish the belt because, well, for one thing, it says clearly why she hadn't competed since WrestleMania 36, and also, what a surprise for Asuka as well to find out, yeah, she was Ms. Money in the Bank, but she didn't know that she was women's champion, and I don't think that was in the script on Monday, because I think that reaction from her seemed genuine, because there are some that, when they know they're going to win the belt, yeah, they still get ecstatic about it, but I think for her, it was that little extra special because I don't think she knew that the women's title was in the briefcase. So, class act from Becky to pass the torch like that. And, I don't know how long it's going to be before she comes back to the ring. I think, if we're being realistic, if it's your first child, there's going to be a fair amount of maternity leave. I don't know how long it was for Lacey Evans. Her little girl's 6 now, and Lacey's still competing. So, I'm just going to take a wild guess that Becky, once she's had her boy or girl around Christmas time. I think realistically she'll be back between WrestleMania and June next year. That's my prediction. And for Asuka, I'm going to be frank, I don't think they could have picked anyone better to pass the baton to, because when you think of all the bad setups that Asuka had going over to SmackDown, I mean, yeah, she held the SmackDown Women's title going over there, but the setup where she won the first ever Women's Royal Rumble only to tap out to Charlotte. Personally think that she could have tapped out to someone better, because here's the thing, I like Charlotte, but I think she's overrated. That's just my two cents. I mean, just because you're the daughter of the Nature Boy doesn't give you credence. She's a great wrestler, yes, but let me put it to you this way: if Trish Stratus was the female equivalent of Stone Cold Steve Austin, then Charlotte is the female equivalent of Roman Reigns. Boring, bland, and overrated.
It's more John Cena because the way they're just pushing her like crazy.
I agree on that part, but the difference between Cena and Reigns is, and even Oni has said this, with Reigns, the audience outright hates the character, whereas with Cena, it's 50-50. There's the... There's the genuine adult wrestling fans that just outright can't stand him, but then you get the kids and the women and the moms that love Cena. Now, to be fair, I don't have any issues with Cena the person, because for what he does, and I've said this so many times over the last 10 years, Cena, what he does with Make-A-Wish and all the charitable contributions, the man's a stand-up humanitarian. Cena the character and Cena the politician backstage, bro, we need to have a talk about knowing your role. And yes, I was making a reference to The Rock there. But just like I say, that's why I think Charlotte's the female Roman Reigns. The only difference is Charlotte knows more than 3 moves. Yes, I went there. But back to the point at hand. Class act from Becky. Asuka was the right woman to call for it, and Asuka can claim that she has done everything in the modern WWE. She was NXT Women's Champion. She won the first ever Women's Royal Rumble. She was a Women's Tag Team Champion, Raw and SmackDown Women's Champion, and now she won the Miz Money in the Bank match. Bayley, you claim you've done everything. Yeah, you've won all the titles, but did you win the Rumble? Did you win Money in the Bank? Judges, thank you for playing. And also...
technically, Bayley did win Money in the Bank.
Did she? Oh, did she? Oh, I beg your pardon.
Last year.
Oh, I beg your pardon. I take that back. Dan says now Asuka needs to do is to claim the 24/7 title. Don't give her ideas.
No.
But also, I think Charlotte put an idea into Sasha's head that, last week. It's like, ooh. And I thought it was just Hulk Hogan that stirred the pot. Oh, I can tell you stories. But, yeah, I can't really add anything to that. Since you've pretty much been one of the biggest advocates for Becky Lynch, particularly when she started really campaigning for herself back in 2017. What do you make of the situation?
Honestly, I'm happy for her. This is her choice, her path, so I'm definitely going to respect it. It'll be great to see her back soon, but for now, I wish her the best of luck, and I hope she and Seth have a very happy and healthy baby. And in terms of choosing Asuka to pass the torch to, she couldn't have picked a better candidate. Don't get me wrong, as you said, Charlotte's a competent wrestler. I have no ill will against Alexa Bliss, or hell, many of the other women in the roster. There's seldom one that I detest, because almost all of them are great. But Asuka is very well deserved, because she's busted her ass, and it's kind of nice to see something nice come her way, where she's kind of been given the collective shaft for nearly over a year now. So it'll be interesting to see what goes on from here on out. Congratulations to Asuka, and congratulations to Becky on motherhood.
Lids.
I'm actually really happy. Hearing that news on Monday was just like, my jaw hit the floor, and it's like, I was really happy for Becky. And I'm happy that they're both they're both gonna become parents pretty soon. And Asuka winning the title, perfect choice. But back of my mind thinking, it's like, if someone else had grabbed that briefcase, I mean, don't get me wrong, I don't have a problem with anybody else, but if it had been Nia Jax,
Oh no.
Oh God, if Nia Jax won, I'd be like, no. Or worse, Shayna Baszler. Oh, that would have made that moment so fucking awkward.
The woman that most people think of as the back end of a bus.
Yeah.
I don't know enough about her, because I've been on hiatus for over a year.
The thing is with Shayna,
Oni likes to call her Cave
Be happy
Woman.
that you don't.
Yeah, Oni likes to call her Cave Woman.
here's the thing with Shayna, and this is where I'm gonna be fair. Absolutely amazing competitor. Not gonna lie. But she's the sort of woman that Oni wouldn't say yes to, even if he was 3 times over the limit on whiskey. He'd be like, no, still need more.
But yeah, I'm really happy for Becky and Seth. I hope they have a healthy baby, and hope everything turns out okay.
Raiden, I know you've been chomping at the bit with Asuka winning the title, unbeknownst to her, from Money in the Bank. Dude, the floor is yours.
First things first. Congrats to Becky on her pregnancy, and I what's the word? I trash on stuff every chance I get, but I'm happy that going to be a dad soon. But after the baby's born, Seth, consider your freedom dead. That's all I gotta say. But yeah, like I said, congratulations to the happy couple. Glad they're expecting. But I got some things to say. First things first, I'm happy that Asuka is a Grand Slam champion. But I had to hear people say Asuka was never buried.
Oh dear.
Oh no.
You stupid bastards. Aw, did I struck a nerve? Well, Were you there when Asuka tapped the first time at Mania? Were you there when she got embarrassed by Carmella twice? Were you there when she lost her women's title to the same woman that beat her for the streak? Huh? Were you there when she got paired up by Kyrie? And no disrespect, I love the Kabuki Warriors, but you guys are the reason for WWE as a whole to be laughed at. So don't you dare talk shit about her not being buried. Don't you dare.
Because she was.
That shit. I'm just like, I have been fighting this war for too long to hear you dumbasses say that stupid crap. And here's this reaction right here shows my appreciation for all of you.
Oh my god.
I can never take you idiots seriously. Like, you don't know real wrestling. I know enough than just any of you guys to say John Cena is the greatest wrestler of all time. Oh God, I laugh at you. I laugh at you all. I laugh at you with the evilest smile. Because I know when I tell the truth, like-minded people actually listen.
Here's the thing. If they had said, like, greatest wrestler ever from, say, Shawn Michaels, Bret Hart, Undertaker, or Stone Cold Steve Austin, I'd be more inclined to agree, but Cena, I wouldn't go that far.
Mm-hmm. And another thing.
Uh-oh.
I find it real funny that you guys love Charlotte, since you guys can stand her for the life because she's Ric Flair's daughter. Like MJ said, she's a great wrestler, of course. But she ain't the goddamn best, okay?
Nope.
I find it hilarious that WWE pushed her to be the best. Like, why do you think they made her beat Rhea Ripley at Mania as the women's champion? Just because it's a crowdless show, no one gives a flying shit about Charlotte. When will it get into your dumb heads about? Oh no, but you love Big Daddy Vince and Big Papa Triple H, who I think who's running NXT through the ground. Yeah, that's a major hot take. I'm sorry, I've been holding that in for so many years now, and I had to say it. But going back to the subject, you know, I'm so happy I cut half of WWE out of my life, aside from watching Raw, which is actually good. Well, SmackDown is pretty bad, but I am so happy I got to have a WWE out of my life, because it's dumbasses like you thinking you run the place, thinking it's the greatest company in the whole world. Well, thanks to this pandemic, it's exposing it for the most heartless people you've ever met. And another thing, since Dark Side of Wrestling season 2 is coming to a close with the tragic passing of Owen Hart, don't you dare give me that noise saying WWE is a great company while it's shrouded in lies, BS. Okay, but let me chill. Let me chill.
I was about to say, dude, why don't you tell us how you really feel?
Damn.
Yeah, let's just say last week I had a lot to spend.
Here, Raiden. Look at the chat.
Aww. Who's your cute little puppy?
Yeah, I was looking for cute gifs this whole time because I had a feeling it might become necessary. And a little anime turtle.
Aww.
Or Turtle May. No, that was terrible.
Yeah, syrup from Bofuri.
Okay, let me close it off. I say congratulations to Asuka as a Grand Slam champion. But hearing you idiots say she's not buried makes me laugh that you guys will never amount to nothing when it comes to other wrestling. So I rest my case. Congratulations, Becky and Seth. Congratulations to Asuka. Asuka as the Grand Slam champion. To the drones, well, let's just say have a nice life whenever. Oh, I don't know. What's the word? Oh, have fun with the relevancy whenever you say WWE is the greatest company in the world, and I will leave it at that.
Here's the thing. If they had said that circa 99, I would have believed them. Now, no. Hello to the Code 92. Sorry for not getting back to you sooner. I just had a message from Dan. There's 2 bits and pieces from Cornette.
Oh Lord, I think I know about this one.
Jim Cornette, don't get me wrong. One of the best mouthpieces, but dude, says here, and this is a screen cap from WrestleMania, you can't always be on top of the wrestling business in a $1 million a year spot or more, but you can have a baby. What is she? Can she be 30? Lynch is 33. Yeah, she's still got many years before the effing easy bake oven gets shut off. She can still have all those problems like a descended stomach and stretch marks and hemorrhoids and hormones problems and mood swings and all these other joys of motherhood later on when she ain't making $1 million a year. Oh, and there's more. I'm just gonna plant this in, and just for context, I'm just gonna plant this in for you guys as well, cause Cornette, what the hell, dude? I'm gonna read the.
To be honest with you, it's corny's corny. He'll do whatever it takes to get heat.
He ends with, she's got plenty of time left. What would you do if your wife came home and instead of making $1 million next year, I'm basically just gonna be a raging bitch for the next 9 months and then give you more shit to worry about? Okay, Cornette, come here right quick. Jim, what the hell? Don't get me wrong. This is a guy who tells it like it is with regards to how things happened during the Monday Night Wars. He seriously needs to, and I apologize for the use of these words, but he seriously needs to get off this hate boner with Vince Russo. It's just like, stop, dude. We get it. You don't like the guy.
MJ, that. I'm sorry to say, but that will never die. Let's be honest. That will never, ever die. That man eternally hates Russo for what he's done, especially with the Montreal Screwjob, with the Brawl for All. So that man holds grudges, and that man holds more grudges than Cameron with black people. And yes, that was controversial, but you know I'm right.
I'm not going to touch that with a 10-foot flagpole, dude.
Hey, the truth hurts sometimes, and it takes someone to say it.
I'm not disputing that, dude, but if I know something's too hot to handle, I ain't touching it. Just saying.
All good.
But for Cornette to go and do that to Becky, here's the thing. We both know, well, all of us know that the Bellas are pregnant with kids and what have you. I am never going to be Nikki Bella's fan. Brie Bella, I don't mind her. She's a little bit more understated and a tiny bit more humble than Nikki, but not by much. I wouldn't crap over their baby news, but Cornette to do that to Becky when she's had probably one of the best pushes in the last 3 years. And for him to do that, Jim, buddy, I love you. Don't get me wrong, but shut the fuck up.
Amen.
Seriously. I mean,
in the words of Pink Guy, shut the fuck up. You're an effing C word.
Yes. But we don't go saying the C word because.
Of course. Of course, never in here.
Dan's just said, I believe Jim Cornette is more of an out-of-touch boomer than Vince McMahon, if such a thing is even possible. No, not even science will claim that. Code92 says, Cornette has become a parody of himself, always trashing modern wrestling as nothing flipping bullshit, and it's killing the wrestling business. I half and half agree with him on that. There are points where the business just needs to be more spontaneous and be able to throw a curveball that nobody will see coming. But the thing is, you look at the setups that they do now, they're like, oh, are they going to do a heel turn at this moment? Yes, exactly at that moment. And you just sort of think, ugh. I mean, now this example is 10 years young, but you'll get the context of this. Shawn Michaels and Undertaker meet up on Raw, where Shawn is basically demanding a rematch with Undertaker at WrestleMania 26. Taker says no. Shawn enters the Royal Rumble to try and win the match and become the #1 contender to the World Heavyweight title. He gets thrown over. Shawn starts losing his mind for a few weeks on Raw. Elimination Chamber. Shawn costs him the belt, and I just looked at him and thought, well, someone better pick up that phone because I effing called it. It's not even challenging when you can see this a mile away now, whereas if you see a Big Show heel turn, it's just like, I don't even need to try, you know? So, for Cornette to be that disparaging and that disrespectful, whether you're a fan of Becky or not, is irrelevant. When somebody has the news that they're expecting a new member of their own family through them, that should be celebrated and applauded. But, I just think Jim has just become much more unstable over time. Now, I'm all for saying how you feel and leaving it all out and what have you, but in Jim's case, I think we're at that stage now where it's just like, dude, shut the hell up. Oni may or may not agree, that's up to him, but on this occasion, it's just like, you just couldn't leave this alone, could you? Lids, I'm gonna let you do what you want. Go ahead.
Jim, buddy, what the fuck is wrong with you? Okay, that's a trick question because that's a long-ass list.
Mm-hmm.
The fact that you have the nerve to say that Becky's career is ruined because she's going to have a baby. Yeah, that doesn't step back the business another 10 years. The women's division has evolved from that point where it's like a woman can't have a baby, and Becky is a self-made woman. If she wanted to, she could stay at home for as long as she wants to. She can come back when she's ready. Her career is not over because she's going to carry a child. The fact that you have the fucking nerve to say that her career is pretty much done because of this shows that you are completely behind in your ideals, and that's saying something because you've been behind for years. How you're saying that, like, oh, the comedy shit and the flippy shit is going to ruin this business. The business has to evolve. Like, wrestling started off from naked dudes in Greece wrestling each other. You want to go back to that? Because I don't think people want to.
Oh, man, might.
The business... Yeah.
Ooh, this has got interesting. Oh, hello, Heath Slater and Christian. You're going to oil up for me? Odie, I'm going to need a half number. Oh, man, this time clean it up.
but yeah, just... Jim, no one's going to agree with you on this, and just... I think you should just shut the fuck up.
Oh, Oni's here. Becky's career isn't ruined. If anything, Becky has a choice. She could go part-time after she's done. Jim and Russo can both suck my beep. Wait, Oni actually censored himself? Oni! Bravo!
Yay!
Bravo!
Good job, babe.
Bravo!
Yes, thank you for applauding me. And later this evening, I will assume my role as Captain Picard of the USS WWE Raw.
Wait, you're gonna captain a sinking ship?
I hate you, NJ. I hate you so very much, Captain Oni Picard.
He's listening thinking, dude, I hate you.
Oh dear.
What does our other fellow resident redhead have to say about Mr. Cornet's choice words?
Oh, there are so many things I want to say right now.
Everybody get into the bomb shelters.
Oh boy. Ah.
I assure you, I'm not going in a pipe bomb. I'm disappointed. I have a disappoint. I've never really consumed any of his content, but some good things here and there on and off, but it sounds as though over time he's just become very old, very out of touch, and very and needlessly bitter. Dude, what the fuck? You don't say that to a person who wanted children and is able to do so. Their wish is coming true. You'd think you'd be happy for them instead of harping on them about how their career is over just because they now have a little bun in the oven. There have been many lady wrestlers in the industry who have shown that despite having kids, they still had it. Sure, we don't see them as often because of family life and by their choice. But it doesn't mean they lose the ability to perform. Look at Trish a couple years ago when she appeared for the Women's Rumble. She still had it.
Mickey James,
Trish Stratus, Lita, they all still have it. Well, I don't know if Lita has a kid, but
I don't think she
digress.
does. Lacey Evans, she's a mother.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, motherhood, age and motherhood have nothing to do with it. You, sir, just seem to have this needless hate boner. Are you really so starved for attention? Did your mother not give you enough hugs as a child?
I could say something. My dude. I could say something to that, but I don't want to get banned.
My dude, you need some chill. I get you probably make your bit of money off of being a collective shock jock, but there are limits, there are boundaries. Learn them until you can, as to repeat my ever-loving awesome sister from another mister, shut the fuck up!
Amen.
Also, Oni just chimed in.
Also, Brian Zane is a better cornet than Cornet.
Oh, and one more thing. Comments like that kind of make you look like a chauvinist pig. Just saying.
Raiden, you asked to save the slandering for Cornet last. Sir, I hand you your weapon of choice. Go nuts.
Oh shit, he's not in the call. I'll ping him.
Oh. Okay.
He said he was going to run errands, apparently.
Oh.
Yeah, so we'll probably have to give him a little supplementary segment when he gets back.
Yeah.
Oni wishes to join. Well, why not?
Sure, let him in.
Hold on to your butts, people. This is Oni's appearance after quite a while, and he'll have things to say.
Oni is beaming up to the Enterprise.
Oh god.
Welcome aboard, Oni.
Well, it's about time y'all use modern fucking technology around here instead of that Google shit.
Love you too, dude.
First off, kid, Plan 9 when?
Shut up!
Hey, Oni. Right Rider. Mmm.
Ooh, he doesn't know about this. I told him yet.
No. In fact, no, I just wanted to get my 2 cents on here because lately I've been having more of a disdain for Cornette as well as Dave Meltzer. Good lord, it's like I want to take every last one of the old guys, take them behind the bar in old Yeller style.
Please do.
Wait.
That's
Hold.
my stick.
Damn it, you beat me to it.
Kid knows me too well. That's why she's about to be my wife. But still. Look, after hearing this from you guys, I had to chime in my 2 cents on this fucking shit. Because I'm fucking sorry. You gotta be fucking shitting me out of your fucking mind right now. They're like, oh, I'm sorry. How can Becky have a child? Blah, 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 or all that crap. You do realize, Trish, Lita, and a few others, well, okay, maybe not Lita, I apologize, take that out. A few others have had children, and we're still at least able to wrestle. Full-time, part-time, doesn't matter. It's happened. Mickey James is an example of a full-time women's wrestler, had a child, and still able to wrestle. Okay, apparently not right now, because apparently she's still injured. I think. I don't even know what's going on with that contract. Trish Stratus, part-timer up until SummerSlam. Fuck you, Charlotte.
Yep.
So Becky can do it. Becky's done enough in her career to say, I don't have to do full-time shit anymore. I could do part-time if I wanted to. Because let's be honest, her accolades speak enough. Let her go and be a mother. Let her take as much time as she wants. She wants to come back full-time? Hey, door's right open for you. She wants to come back part-time? Hey, door's right open for you. Hey, Jim, you're saying you're going to wait until Vince Russo's dead so you can piss on his grave? Trust me, that seat's reserved for me, and I'm going to make sure, I'm going to find a way to make sure your wife doesn't know about this, so that way your ass can be buried alongside Russo, God forbid, when the time comes. And when that happens, I'm going to fly out to where both of your graves are and piss right on them.
Jesus.
Jeez, Oni, tell us how you really feel.
And as for Dave Meltzer, Mr.
Oh, boy.
I'm gonna block him because he had an irrelevant opinion about me, and then unblock me and block him about a few weeks later. You get sucked my dick too.
Oni, what the hell?
Okay, honey, calm down.
Oh yeah, didn't you know Jim Cornette blocked me?
Really?
Real?
And
Oh,
Dave
really?
Meltzer? And Dave Meltzer for a fortnight?
Why a fortnight?
I don't know, but it took a while.
Don't you
Apparently
hate?
unblocked.
Don't you hate him?
At this point, apparently, I hate everybody.
Do you hate Yellman?
Nah.
Then you don't hate everyone.
I hate Rye Guy, I know that, but
Who?
that's a... Don't ask.
Never mind. No, it's not important.
Not important. Don't worry about it.
Okay.
No! Lydia wouldn't approve. Kit would!
Yeah, you're not wrong.
Yeah. Well, I got something that'll calm you down for a little bit later, dude. This may...
No.
This
Let me explain real quick.
No, there's this.
Because I didn't...
No, it's a competition to win a streaming PC.
Ooh. Actually, I do. Okay, I'll look at that later. But legit. This happened about a few months ago, when Dave and Jim were arguing about AEW.
Mm-hmm.
Or something of another. I can't remember. Go figure.
Hmm.
And the conversation was so long. It was actually starting to get on my nerves. I can't remember what the fuck I was doing at that time. And Raiden, I know you're in here, buddy.
He
I'm
stepped.
Gonna be in...
Dude, he stepped out. He can't hear you.
I was gonna say I'm not insulting AEW or Impact or anything like that. This is just a conversation that happened months ago.
Okay.
Past tense.
Okay.
I'm that kind of an asshole right now, but still.
No comment.
So they were just going on and on about it, and I just finally had enough. not only did I just pretty much said my 2 cents about him and Dave Meltzer, I added Ryan Satin into it, and everybody's favorite quote-unquote journalist, Brad Shepard.
Oh God, honey.
Brad Shepard's another guy you ought to look at, MJ. He's wonderful. Ugh.
Honey, I don't recommend it.
Right, now, just for context, Woken Matt Hardy, wonderful, or, you're something.
You're something down the loony bin.
I'm gonna avoid him like the plague, then.
Oh, trust me, there's a few stories I'll tell you about Brad Shepard before I go, and I might do that if you don't mind.
As long as it's
technically part of it now. Fuck you, Brad. But yeah, I just said my 2 cents about this shit. Just saying how, how touched both of them are, really. About how Jim Cornette's the old guy yelling at the cloud, while Dave Meltzer's the old guy holding the skateboard, had his hat backwards, going around like Steve Buscemi and going, "How do you do, fellow kids?"
Oh, dear.
Oh, lordy.
Okay.
And then insert the old Yeller treatment there. Cornette blocked me, and then Meltzer blocked me for about 2 weeks.
See, there's making yourself relevant, and kind of doing like what Undertaker does by updating his gimmick every once or so often, and what have you, just so he stays up with the younger wrestlers. But then there's trying to skateboard when you're like, Cornette's in his what, 60s?
I'm actually going to take a look now.
Because I know he's not necessarily young, but I wouldn't
58.
No, wasn't far off.
Yeah.
But still. Also, that's just a weird picture, trying to picture the pair of them, like, trying to go skateboard. It's just like, yeah, Tony Hawk, you are not.
Oh, I cannot wait for Tony Hawk Pro Scare 1 and 2.
Oh God, I heard about that. That made me so happy because I owned the original Tony Hawk 1 on my PlayStation.
Oh, I did too. But yeah.
That means the good soundtrack's returning.
Oh, but yeah, let me go ahead and get into Brad Shepard, aka the guy who's supposed to be married to an actual woman, but let's be honest, he's married to the sex doll.
Ooh. Oh my.
And then even then the sex doll has standards.
Oni, don't make me spew up my monster.
Oh, you're going to.
Oh, God.
This guy has a hate boner for everything. More so than I do. But at least with my hate boner, I have fucking standards when it comes to this shit.
I prefer you didn't take it out.
But legit, Brad Shepard is nothing more than a womanizing piece of shit. Okay? Yeah, you can say everything you want about Jim Cornette. I will believe it every fucking step of the way. But Brad Shepard is a fucking Becky Lynch hater to the day he fucking dies. Yeah, he tries to get the shit for attention and be like, oh, how I win at everything, how I win at fucking everything. When in reality, you lose so much, it makes me laugh. I know there was a time I was just, I don't know, he just said something about some shit. Just more so about Becky and all that. Oh, by the way, when he was on a website called ProSportsExtra.com, spoiler alert, don't go to that website. Don't even give them any attention either.
Noted.
Uh-huh.
He had an article saying the top 10 asses in women's wrestling.
Yeah.
Okay. If this was circa 2001, it would be a tiny bit more socially acceptable, but circa 2020, not so much.
Not really, no.
Pornhub
The guy ruins everything.
Pornhub would probably beg to differ, but, that's a different story.
at least Pornhub has the choice for fucking around. And to be honest, at least Pornhub has done more good to the community of the world than anything I ever known of. Yeah, a porn site does good for the community. Go figure.
It's funny you go and say that. There was an article I didn't share a couple of months back. Pornhub were actually donating a lot of money to people in Italy that were impacted by the coronavirus situation, and it said like for every click we'll send like X amount of free donations to people in Italy to help out. And I'm just you just sort of think the weird I don't want to say dichotomy, but the irony, something that's supposed to be looked at very poorly is actually having a healthy social impact on a community, which is, like I say, it's unusual. Make of that what you will.
I don't know. Anyway, back to my point. Top 10 asses in wrestling. I pretty much went off on him. And his wife! Because apparently only Rikaku has no shame. Except for the fact he has shame. He's just questioning whether or not the wife actually has standards. And yeah, I cannot wait for that inevitable divorce for her to Brad. It's gonna make my day grand.
Your headphone are showing.
Yes, please put it away.
No, but legit, for real. I just pretty much crashed on him because of that, and he was like, mostly trying to defend his wife, and I was like, yeah, right. He finally responded to me about that one time, because I pretty much...
Oh, no.
You don't have a real wife. Your wife's a sex doll, let's be honest. He was like, I get more pussy than you do. I don't believe you.
Oh my god.
Let's be honest, I get more pussy than he does.
Odie, not here.
Oh god, that's funny.
Your lady friend would not appreciate that.
No.
Lydia wouldn't. Kit would. I'm kidding.
Honey.
No, but legit, in terms of being real, I don't think the guy's ever had a woman in his life.
Okay.
I was about to say, today on Springer, why Oni Rikaku brings his personal business to live streaming.
Judge Jerry, I gotta see that shit. Anyway. Point is, Becky Lynch can do whatever the fuck she wants.
Mm-hmm.
Becky Lynch has enough money to do whatever the fuck she wants. And Brad's over here just being like, oh, how will millionaire couple Becky and Seth possibly make ends meet without this t-shirt and blah, blah, blah. You do realize they don't really need that money. A little extra money doesn't hurt.
And plus, Seth would still be working.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So basically, line every last one of these motherfuckers in line. Jim, Brad, Dave. Let them pucker up. Let them kiss my ass.
Oh, lovely.
Oh, the images.
Yeah. Oni, just for that.
You know, that doesn't even affect me anymore. She smacks me harder than you do.
I'll bet she does.
But no, legit, no, for real. Becky's a woman that can do whatever she wants. She wants to take time off, have the child, do it. Recommend it, do it. Especially in the age we're living in right now, where we're stuck in our own homes anyway. At least she'll be safe and healthy. When she has the baby and is ready to come back, she wants to come back full time, go right ahead. She wants to come back part time, go right ahead. Nobody's stopping her.
Nope.
She can come back doing a handstand for all I care. She's Becky Lynch. She's Rebecca Quinn. She can do whatever the fuck she wants. Nobody's gonna stop her from doing anything. Jim Cornette, I'm sorry that your ways have not, what's the word I'm looking for? Integrated into our current year of our Lord, 2020, where the plague of Corona has pretty much destroyed everything in society. I'm so sorry we cannot do your ways anymore. I'm so sorry that your son, Brian Zane, not real son, decided to have a better opinion than you do, and why I would support Brian Zane more than I would your old bald ass. By the way, Stacy, if you ever need a real man, give me a call.
Oh, God.
How does Lydia feel about that?
Yeah.
Three-way?
Oh, lovely.
Oh, if we weren't adult content right now, this would be a problem.
Oni, time and place, young man.
Yeah.
Nah, but legit, for real. Jim, shut the fuck up, and in your iconic words, thank you, fuck you, bye!
Boom.
Yeah.
By the way, I'm still in that shit now. It's now property of Oni. Back off! What are you gonna do, sue me? All I got is 20 cents, motherfucker!
Oni, remind me never to put anything in your cornflakes.
Yeah, you piss in my cornflakes, dude, you're gonna have a problem.
Steve
Anyway.
just said it right there. Thank the Lord the video's age restricted. Yeah, unfortunately with Oni, you need double age restriction.
Double? More so like triple. By the way, ASUKA.
Hmm?
How do you spell Oscar?
I
Look,
spell.
I gotta have my fun with MJ sometimes.
I
I know
spell.
he'll take the punches.
I spell it how they as they spell it. ASUAKA.
No, it's ASUKA.
Well, that's not how they have it up on her Titantron. Love you too, dude.
Anyway, any more wrestling bullshit I need to know about real quick, because I got a good bit.
Let's see.
I just want to finally get my 2 cents off of Jim Cornette real quick, and I feel a lot better from doing it. By the way, I didn't even get to do this. I think I just did it on my Twitter. Congrats, Becky and Seth, for the announcement of the pregnancy. May your first child be a masculine child, or may your first child be a healthy one.
Yeah, we'll go with that.
Yeah.
Because masculine or feminine doesn't matter as long as the baby's healthy.
Well, it is being born of the man, so... Expect a child in 20 years to be saying fucking cunt. Like Becky does.
Oh, God. Now we're age restricted.
Please, he won't say the C word, I fucking will. I don't care. When have I ever had a filter?
He's right, you know.
Nah, but legit, for real. Is there any more I need to know about in terms of wrestling? Like, anything you got held back for me before Raiden comes back in here?
No, that was pretty much the only wrestling article for this week.
Ah, shit. Because I know y'all... I think y'all said something... Didn't y'all say something about the Raw, SmackDown ratings, or how wrestling's being affected by all this craziness?
Not really.
Oh, I thought y'all did.
No, we just focused on, Becky passing the title to Asuka as a means of, well, she had to vacate the title because, well, duh, you can't wrestle pregnant, although Paige's mother did.
Yeah, but that's different opinions.
But no, we just gave our thoughts on, Becky being classy, the way she passed the belt the way she did, and Asuka was the most worthy one that they could have passed the belt to.
Yeah, pretty much. Even though there's some jackasses like, you should have had a tournament. With how many women you got on the Raw roster now after the mass firing of 40%?
Damn.
See, I thought you might have been talking about that too.
No.
I was gonna get my two.
No.
Oh, jeez.
Steven.
Go ahead.
Steven's just said Oni can never be censored. Yeah, I tried. Twice.
You can't do it! I done told you this shit 50 million fucking times!
Oh, and Lids, I'm gonna be typing this in the Discord chat because I can't say this out loud, but Oni once mentioned this.
If it's about that other thing, I do apologize for.
Oh dear. What?
Oh god! Wait, did I say that?
Yes, you did.
When did I say that?
During Season 3 of RDR when you were changing
Oh.
personas.
Oh yeah, that's right.
You're sleeping on the couch!
Of course I am. You do realize I didn't mean it for real, right?
I know, but I'm giving an example.
You're still sleeping on the couch!
Jesus Christ. But,
And underneath the couch will be me, L-Man, listening to you sleep. Oh my, get the hell out of here!
nah, but legit for real. I know you probably got a lot of things on here, and if I try and hijack the shit, that's why I rarely come on, folks. I'll hijack the shit. Trust me.
It's true, he will.
Yeah, and plus, Sundays are usually either I'm working or I'm literally off and I just don't want to do shit. Which, later tonight I have to do shit because of the arcade room.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, that is coming back for at least one video.
Mm.
And, because of a stream I did last night that literally gave me a headache.
Were you trying to play Hulk Hogan's main event again?
No.
Oh no.
This
he
is not a
wishes.
joke. I wish, but no, legit. I got the Atari Flashback 10. You know those little at-game console things.
Uh-huh.
A few of the games literally gave me a fucking headache.
Ouch.
The kid can attest to this, actually.
Yeah, I can. There was some weird shit that happened there. We thought the game was haunted for like a minute.
Yeah, I'm never playing that game now.
Yeah, that'll be a future plug-and-play I'm going to be doing too. So I got footage last night. But yeah, let me just get a few short thoughts out of my way. Vince, you're fucking. Hold that thought. Actually, you might want to censor this part.
Why don't you just mute it, dude? He's
Yeah,
muted
mute
it.
yourself.
Ladies and gentlemen, Oni Rakaku, I have no words.
And ladies and gentlemen, this is what I put up with every day with him.
You love him, though.
I do. I didn't say I didn't.
He is still my counselor, truly.
Sorry about that. Real life.
Ah, we shall say no more. What do people say we watch a video of Mr. Beast to try and lighten the mood?
Sure. Why not?
And we're going to get Oni introduced to Mr. Beast.
You're gonna do what now?
Introducing you
You
to...
never watched Mr. Beast's videos?
I don't think I've ever heard of it.
awesome
You've
dude.
never heard of Mr. Beast?
Right, we're going to get Oni edumacated now.
Mm-hmm.
Gave $200,000 to people in quarantine. That sounds like a fake video.
No, it ain't. He does this.
Isn't. No.
He does this shit for real. All right, is everybody set up?
I'm ready.
When?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm texting. I can at least do this before I have to go and eat.
All right, are you at 0-0, dude?
Give me a minute. I'm going to what? Nah, alright, I got it.
All right, in 3, 2, 1, play.
Is this for real?
What? For real? Oh my God.
Here's how. This is me, and I'm pretending to be a news reporter. And I emailed a bunch of random people asking if my news station could interview.
Can I have an
Little
interview?
do they know, this interview isn't real, and I'm gonna give them tons of money.
We don't have graphics, so enjoy this.
Psych!
Hello and welcome to NBSND News. This is my co-anchor Chris, and we just wanted to interview about the recent pandemic and see how you're doing.
Right as the economy started tanking, like my job laid off a third of the company in like one day, and it was out of nowhere. Wow. We were about to close on our first house as a family. Everything in our future became like immediately uncertain.
Okay, that's a lot to take in. We are just trying to help people and make their lives a little better. So we'd like to give you $10,000 to.
What?
Yeah.
For real?
Yeah, actually, our news viewership has gone up, and we've been pretty fortunate. So we wanted to give back to some people.
No, dude, I never thought I'd be on Mr. Beast subject.
Oh wait, you know who we are?
Oh my god.
Nah, come on.
I mean, MBNC, I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, it's fine.
You know, maybe times are hard. Maybe you have to go pick up a job at MBNC.
Mr. Beast news will be more informative and entertaining.
Thank you so much, guys. That's super, super helpful. For real. Genuinely, thank you.
Yeah, we'll get you the money after the interview. Thanks for calling in.
Oh my gosh, thank you so much, guys.
No problem. Later.
And now it's time for the next interview.
How's it going?
Finding yourself?
Good. So we're WMSMB. Could you tell us how, like, the global pandemic going on has affected you?
I never thought that the whole world would just stop. I mean, I live in New York City, so, in the beginning I kind of was essential at my job, and at the end I wasn't.
You've been laid off recently?
Yeah. My last day of work was the 20th.
It hurts to hear all this. So here at WSMB, we want to give you $10,000.
That's just crazy. That's just insane.
Oh, you're about to make me cry. Okay.
Trying to make a decision whether to take a job, you might get sick.
Hopefully, the $10,000 makes it where you don't have to pick, a job that could potentially get you sick.
Rent will be paid. Maybe I can get a good night's sleep tonight, and I can pay it forward like you guys did to me.
Aw, I'm glad MBWSN has been able to help you. Awesome. No problem. I'll see you later. Bye.
All right, Jimmy, I think it's time for our next interview.
Ah, damn it.
All right.
What?
Next one. He's waiting in the lobby.
I got an ad.
You got an ad.
This is my co-anchor.
Alright,
Oh,
stop.
Lord.
All ahead, stop. Where are you at, lads?
2:30.
Okay, scale it back to 2:30. Hey, Raiden.
Yo.
Hello.
Yeah. Alright, I'm back at 2:30. Where's everybody at?
Likewise.
Alright.
Before you continue, hey Raiden, sorry for stealing your spotlight, man. Jim Cornette just literally have been pissing me off a lot more lately.
I get it.
Alright. Roll at 2:30.
I'll have my thoughts when this is over.
Sure.
I know. You can have your thoughts, man. I didn't mean to butt in like that. It's just I hate it when it fucking builds up like that, man.
Yeah.
I understand. I did the same thing earlier before he came in. I just went on the biggest vent when it came to people saying Oscar wasn't buried before a Grand Slam. So
It's
there
like,
you go.
bruh.
But oh yeah, speaking of Oscar, legit. Her reaction to finding, she didn't know she was going to be champion, and then had to do a quick 180 back to her character, and then when Becky was like, "I'm gonna go be a mother," I think she just broke character for 30 seconds.
Yep.
Literally.
That was sweet.
Yeah, and then literally had to go 180 and be like, "I'm gonna be face for the rest of this damn thing."
Alright. Are we all at 2:30?
Yeah.
Yeah.
3, 2, 1, resume.
For our next interview.
All right. He's waiting in the lobby. I'm gonna
Just smash that clock upside his head.
for Chris, and we wanted to interview about the recent pandemic and see how you're doing.
It was really scary for me. I got hit hard financially because I was in the hospital for 4 days and not working right now.
You actually got the virus?
I got the virus.
Wow.
Yeah.
So you were furloughed from your job. You then got the virus, and now you're stuck with medical bills.
15 grand is what I've heard.
Jeez.
Obviously,
Oh my
not
God.
working and living in San Francisco. I'm where am I gonna find that?
Yeah. Hold up. One second.
breaking news.
One second, sir. I gotta talk to my news anchor.
We gotta take care of
Yes. Okay. Hey. So we here at NBSNDCGDBY News would like to give you $15,000 to cover your hospital bills. Also, I'm not a real news anchor. This is fake. Everything is fake here. We just like giving away money.
You guys helping this means a lot.
No problem, man.
Thank you guys so much. I really appreciate it.
No problem.
Thank you.
I hope
I'll
Hey,
your day
cheering up
after
with
great news like
happiness.
this.
I hope you guys have been enjoying the news today. Now, before we get into our next interview, my anchor Chandler has a cool stat.
There are more fake flamingos in the world than there are real.
What a shame. All right, let's get right into
Thank
the
you,
next
Chandler.
interview.
Thank
Hello,
you.
and welcome to WMBSC and DC News. How are you doing, sir?
I'm doing all right, as best as can be in these crazy times.
Yo, why does this guy look like John Stamos a little bit?
We've got some intel that you've fallen on rough times. Can you tell us a little bit about what's going on in your life?
Went to school
A
all
little bit
year.
of John Stamos, a little bit of Ty Dillinger.
Yeah,
about to
I
get
see
a
it.
job, and all of this happened. So school debt, no money coming in.
I like the fact he's wearing a
no
classic
possible
Mickey
job
shirt.
Opportunity, blew through all my savings.
It sounds like a lot.
Yes, he's wearing a classic
Would you
devil.
say if we were to, give you
Not touching
$10,000,
that.
Be careful, the mouse owns us all.
Well, yes,
Does he though?
right now.
Does he
There's
though?
a huge smile on my face. I don't even know what to say.
We're actually not even a real news station.
Not yet.
I'm not.
But the money is real, though.
This is the most amazing thing I've heard.
Thank you for coming out to this interview. I'm glad we could help you.
I mean, you guys, really, thank you so much. It's epic. It's life changing. Without
No problem. Thank you for coming out. We appreciate you here at WMBSC ND News. In this video, we are giving away tons of money. So before we go any further, I need to tell you about Honey because they were gracious enough to help us. Online shopping is easy, but not always affordable, which is where Honey comes into play. Honey is a free browser add-on
Oh,
that
goody, 4 more
automatically
ads
applies
to
coupon
go.
codes when you check out online. Here's how you install
Have you
it.
just stumbled across an ad again?
JoinHoney.com/MrBeast.
Oh, no,
You
no,
hit
no,
add
no,
to
no.
cart.
I was
You hit
just like
add
seeing.
extension.
Oh, right.
Boom. 2 clicks and it's installed.
Pause while we were
This
waiting.
back-
I was actually gonna.
Everyone pause a second. Everyone pause. What's up, Oni?
Hearing this, it kind of Fuck it. I'm going to real life for a second, but I won't go into too much details if you don't mind.
No, it's fine.
Nah.
That's
Go
fair.
right ahead.
Considering that, ever since this whole crisis hit, right? There have been like a good bit that have been out of work and everything, and the select few, like the doctors, first responders, and essential workers, were able to keep our jobs, but we had to work twice as hard because of this pandemic, trying to make sure everything was still running smooth. And it's still going to this day. The reason why I'm saying this is that most of you guys that know me know my personal life, and I won't go into much. I'm pretty much an essential worker, even though I work in a store that does sell, even though it's technically retail, we do sell groceries as well. So it has been more tiring on us, if anything, and seeing people out of work like that, I kind of would. There were times if I wasn't, having to pay bills and stuff, I would try and donate at least some of my money to them. Yeah, I got a stimulus check. I spent $200 of that already as well. $1,000 of that I'm holding on for when this crisis is over, so I can book me a flight and finally get to where I'm needing to go. She knows who I'm talking. She knows what I'm talking about. But I'm going to be honest. It is just as the people who have been out of work. I don't know how they feel. More so, but I know they had to been suffering mentally, emotionally, and wishing they would go back to work, which slowly most people have been going to getting back to work.
Yeah.
I hope so soon. I miss working at my cafe.
But it's been more tired. But in terms of the first responders and essential workers, at least I know it's been way more tiring for the first responders. I know that for a fact. You could just at least tell.
Yeah.
Without even working as a first responder. But as an essential worker, we have been working like crazy because we've had shortages as well, like of toilet paper, rubbing alcohol, the works. And it just... There have been days where I would come home from work and I would just go straight into bed.
Damn.
Not to mention, we close the grocery stores and the places that do have essential needs. We close up early just to get the stores spick and span again and disinfect it and just everything. So, hopefully when this is over, we can get back to our normal lives. I'm just saying, if people... Let's put it this way, okay? The first responders, I consider them heroes. I know there may be some essential workers that say will consider us heroes too. If somebody, I don't know anybody out there will consider essential workers as heroes, more so after I told this story, they're considering me as a hero. Please don't. I'm no hero. I'm just the guy who has to get up on the days I have to go to work and try and provide as much as we can. And on the days when we get in supply, try and get it out as fast as we can. I'm no hero. I'm just the guy. I'm just the guy that just goes into work and gets what needs to be done.
My grandmother had what I think is possibly the best description of a hero. A hero is somebody who risks their lives for another and then doesn't talk about it afterwards, just gets on with it.
That's why I'm saying I'm no hero. I'm not claiming to be a hero. As far as I'm concerned, I'm no hero. I'm just the guy that goes into work, tries to get the job done, and if it's the day where we have supplies, try and get them out as fast as we can.
So good, dude. So good.
You want real heroes, go thank it first responders. Don't come and thank me. I don't deserve it. I don't want it. I don't need it. I'm just trying to do my job.
No, it's fine. Just so I know, where's everybody at, time-wise?
5:19.
5:19.
5:18.
Right. If I scroll to 5:18 a second. Right. Alright. What those will have to do at 5:19, when I say resume, wait just an additional second and then just hit play.
Okay.
Okay. In 3, 2, 1, resume.
Let's see if Honey can save us some money. Scanning the internet. Honey found a 30% off coupon code and took
Damn.
the price from $595 down to
Okay, honestly, what is the point of Honey? Does it really work?
$178 if you just install
According to what he's saying, yeah.
So save money next time you eat pizza. Honey works at Kohl's, so save money next time
Hey,
you buy
anybody
clothes.
who's,
It works at GameStop, save money when you buy games.
Let's
It
just
literally
say
works
not
on
a
thousands of
YouTuber
websites.
that's
It has
promoting
literally
it.
saved you guys
Anybody's
over
ever used in the
$7
chat?
million.
Anybody's ever used Honey? Please tell me.
And that's why they have over 100,000 5-star reviews. Easy to
Damn.
install.
Right, you
Over
could
your
check
life,
the
it
App
saves you
Store and
thousands
find
of
out.
dollars.
They
There's
do
no
have
reason
post
not to
reviews
install
on
it.
there.
So please go to joinhoney.com/MrBeast. That's joinhoney.com/MrBeast and install it today. Now let's get back to giving away money. We are now college professors.
These two college professors, good lord.
How's the recent pandemic affected you?
I am.
We're college professors where we're giving away money.
We're shut down, so I rely on mostly family.
How does that make Blast University feel? All right. So we here at Blast University want to help you out. How does $5,000 sound? Do you think it can help alleviate some stress from your life? $5,000.
Help
Yeah.
a lot. I can pay a lot of bills.
We're glad we could help you.
I'm glad you could help me. I'm glad.
Everybody's glad. Yes. Everyone's glad.
It's a very emotional moment.
Thank you for participating in our YouTube video. You had no idea what was going on.
I was totally shocked.
Got him!
Hey, good break. So here's the thing. This woman right here, Sarah, is Chris's sister. And Chris's sister helps train other teachers. So she teaches teachers how to be teachers. And we got Sarah's permission to
Exhibit.
calls and give all the teachers she's teaching today money.
Hello, everybody. Can you guys hear us?
Hi.
What's it like for you guys with all this pandemic going
I
on?
still go in every day and try to make some contact with students, but it's just been different.
We appreciate what you guys are doing, so we wanted to give each one of you $1,000.
Oh my God! Oh my God!
Well, that was really all. We can let you guys get back to whatever you're doing. We just wanted to give you money.
Yes, thank you. I need y'all to work on your
I'll have $1,000.
They're making us do homework. I'm leaving. Bye. Hello. Everything going good?
It's going okay.
Awesome. We're professors at Blast University, and we're just doing a study real quick. So, Chris, I'll let you take it away.
We just wanted to see how the recent events have affected
Add an
people.
ad.
How have you
Don't
been
add.
finding
Right,
yourself?
where you at?
Yep. 731.
Really? Damn.
What? Really?
That far back?
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah.
All right, everybody scroll back to 731.
Mm-hmm.
Got it. 731.
Win?
Yeah.
Raiden? Oh, of course. Yeah, you are. Oni?
I'm already there.
3, 2, 1, resume.
They're making us do homework. I'm leaving. Bye.
Helping people dance.
Everything
What
going
the
good?
hell?
Going okay.
Awesome. We're professors at Blash University, and we're just doing a study real quick. So, Chris, I'll let you take it away.
We just wanted to see how the recent events have affected people.
Little later, Oni, yeah, check out the video where this guy buys a house and then tips the Domino's pizza delivery guy.
Hours are like reduced bad. I had to go
Yeah,
with my
really nice.
So
Yeah.
you were working 2 jobs and going to school at the same time?
Yes.
Really?
Here at Blash University would like to give you $5,000 to help make things a little bit easier on you.
Are you serious?
We are very serious.
Yes, ma'am.
I don't know what to say except for thank you.
You're very welcome.
It would make things a lot easier on me, and I really do appreciate it. Like, I'm kind of speechless.
Well, thank you
Aw.
for participating. We'll take care of sending you the money, and I'll talk to you later.
Thank you.
No problem. Bye. That went very well. We should be actual college professors. All right, next set.
I now work for a real estate company.
Oh no.
Oh, I work for a construction
Oh,
company.
God,
and
no.
this construction company is building.
Do not let Chandler have a drill, for the love of
I
God.
was about to say.
What are you doing on there?
Best to just let Chandler
Good,
put his
sorry,
hands in his
I'm a
pockets.
CEO and founder of a construction
Please.
company, CRALL.
No will against the guy, but it
Buildings and
seems
stuff
like
that for real
something
estate.
crazy
Do you have
always
time for a
seems to
quick
happen
survey?
when they let Chandler do something.
Have financing
Yeah.
and everything. Things been
Particularly
good
like
for
when they
pandemic
had him as
affected
head of the car company, remember?
Oh yeah.
You got laid off.
He's
Picking up
put it
between
in Jackass analogy. He's the
Do you think
Steve-O of the
$9,000
group.
will help make
Damn.
it better?
Yeah.
I think $9,000 would be amazing.
Well, then,
I like
right after
Steve-O.
this call, I'm gonna wire you $9,000.
Yeah, I'm not knocking
Things a little less
Steve-O.
stressful for you.
Because I like Chandler and I like Steve-O.
Yeah,
It's
I
just
actually, I'm
they're
not
doing
actually
crazy
a
shit.
real estate owner. I make dumb YouTube videos.
I won't mess up myself, but I just thank you. Thank you.
All
Oh.
right, have a good day, guys.
Aww.
Can you hear me?
One construction a minute later.
Do you know who I am? Mr. Beast. Okay. That kind of blows my cover. Since you know who we are, I might as well just cut to the chase. Yeah, we're not actually a construction company. We're actually just giving people money. Oh wait, actually, before we jumped ahead, I need to ask, how's the pandemic affected you?
Right now, we're out on leave due to the pandemic, so that affects me and my kids a lot.
What's 2 times 4?
8.
Is that right?
8 it is? 8,000. There we go.
Oh my god, I'm speechless right now. I really am, because like I follow you guys on YouTube and stuff, and I so love y'all. Like,
Thank you. We're gonna let you go. Thank you for coming on.
all right, thank you.
Okay, well, thank gosh.
That was great.
We called her. In between that clip you just watched and this one, me and Chris went to law school and we are now practicing law.
You look like you want to sell me a cure to something I don't have.
Even though we're lawyers now, we're giving away money. Hello, welcome to the call. How are you doing?
How you doing?
Good.
Chandler
Would you
does not
say
look like a lawyer.
you like
Oh
money?
no.
I love money.
Perfect.
What the
All right,
hell?
the settlement has been
Also, I got
figured
another
out,
ad.
Another one?
I know.
Where are you at?
Where you stop?
1021.
What?
Oh my god.
Wow. Mr. Beast, love you, but jeez,
Just 2 more to
dude.
go.
Alright, I'm back at 1021.
Same.
Likewise.
3, 2, 1, resume.
Practicing lawyers.
You look like you want to sell me a cure to something I don't have.
Even though we're lawyers now, things
I like
are
how he
staying
just
the same. We're
quietly
giving away
moves from
money.
that.
Hello, welcome to the call. How are you doing?
Moving on.
Is it just me, or does she look like
Would you
Janet
say
Jackson a
you
little
like
bit?
Money.
I love money.
Half.
All right,
Hmm.
the settlement has been figured out. $5,000. It's confusing, but we're gonna send you $5,000 because we here at Daily.
Her face, man.
Never get laid off.
What?
I'm sorry, but Chandler does not have the face of a lawyer.
Listen, I have
He's not a lawyer.
Chandler is-
He's an ambulance chaser.
Oh my god.
Chandler is the last person I would have in charge of legal bills with me.
That's really the gist of it. We just wanted to give you some money.
Jimmy and Bailey from Bailey and Bailey.
Yes, thank you.
I'm just gonna say they are the best people in the world.
We need to take this next line very serious, okay? Very, very serious.
Here, I'll put my files away.
Thank you. My name is Jimmy, and this is my partner. His name's also Jimmy. We work at J&J Law Firm. Could you tell us, in the last few months, how you've been affected financially?
Well, I haven't worked since March the 10th.
She's laid off. I think that's a wrong due settlement. I think she should settle for around $5,000. Yep. Just pay it. Okay, because that's logical. Okay, we want to give you $5,000.
Is this for real?
Yeah, I think. Yeah,
it's real.
Okay.
Like jokes aside,
Supreme Court of the State of Jimmy.
I haven't had a car since last August. I think I might be able to buy me a car.
Really?
Yeah. Is this for real? For real? It's for real.
Yeah, it is for real, I promise.
Thank y'all.
Yes, no problem.
I'm kind of handsome too.
Thank you. Me and Chris are now chefs.
Oh no.
What's our restaurant? McDonald's? Or that's actually a restaurant. Welcome to Slavers. What's your order? Oh, we're joining.
We joined the call by hitting the desk.
Hello, can you hear us, sir?
Yes, sir. I can see these guys are
Hey, going well. How about yourself?
Has this pandemic affected you?
Is that Raiden's doppelganger?
Yes, it has.
In what way?
Besides, food,
Maybe.
food every now and again.
It could secretly be him if you see him making brownies.
Let me meet with my colleague. Hold on. What do you think?
True.
I still say when all this crazy dies down a bit, you would probably be a major shoo-in for a bakery.
Yeah, I hope you have a good day, man.
Hold on a minute, Alan.
I fired the other.
It's like Raiden's future self got the keys to the DeLorean and just decided to come back to this moment.
The mess is still on the floor.
Hey, Raiden, can I borrow $4,999 and no specific reason?
Oh, stop. Oh my god. Are you joking?
We do want to help you.
Is it for gunfly or something else?
Right now, I'm not receiving
you'd be
any
helping to
financial
fund the wedding.
School. I'm without a job last August.
Oh, that was easy.
And that's
Hey,
what we're
Cat,
doing.
we're
Did you
good.
think we were chefs?
Yeah, I mean, well, actually, when he ate the raw pasta, I was like, I don't know.
Yeah. No, we're not actually chefs. Alright, thanks for coming out, man. I'll catch you later.
Thank you.
I thought you guys were chefs until you ate the raw pasta.
Yeah, I figured that would give it away.
The
These
fuck?
people think we're talking to them for our documentary we're making on the pandemic.
What the?
We're just gonna give him money.
This is my partner here, Chandler. We're currently working on a documentary, and we're just interviewing some
What
people
is
for it. What's
Chandler
one of
and
the first
that-
things you want to ask them?
That
Well,
thing
how
he's
has the
wearing.
pandemic affected
That shirt does not go with him.
No.
It doesn't.
Not working. Did you get laid off?
I have a stage 4 liver
That goes for that hat.
Oh.
Yeah.
If we give you
It works for Oni, but it doesn't work for Chandler.
Out of your life? Alright, well then, let's do it. We're not
You used to wear a fedora, dude.
Just a YouTuber that gives away money.
This is a $2.
Yeah, I only wore a fedora to fuel.
Oh, my bad.
Because I'm not able to go to work and have to be by myself. It's just stressful. Not to like have nobody in your corner.
Damn.
$2.
Give the money to you.
$2
though,
shirt.
because,
I can
like,
believe
you
it.
need it. And thank you for coming on. Oh gosh, that was a lot. We cut off our camera. His is
It looks
still
like you
on.
got that from
Oh
JC Penney.
my gosh, he's balling. That last clip was for Chandler's
Nah,
documentary.
Dollar
What's your
General.
documentary about?
Ah.
A man with 2
No, it looks like he.
fedoras.
Oh
I
my
watched
god.
Chris, what the hell?
One fedora.
Stop wearing that many fedoras.
Really?
We're gonna join up
Really-
and let you
really,
take the lead.
Chris?
It's your documentary.
All right, hello. How's it going?
Oh, wow.
Hi.
What? Do you recognize us?
Yeah, you're Mr. Beast.
Yeah.
Do you know my name?
If I'm not mistaken.
Ah, there goes the
Okay, know
ruse.
his name?
Chandler's just video bombing there.
Chandler exists. Everyone started laughing when Chandler walked in. Someone told me that you don't have a car and that
A wild
you got
Chandler
laid off,
appeal.
right?
Yeah.
We can't have
Pokeball,
that.
go!
At the moment, we're not currently Mr. Beast.
It's super effective. He has no defenses.
I don't feel like going along with this, but you know what? How about this? You want $10,000?
What?
We've spent almost $200,000, but I want to give her more money. Okay.
What?
$15,000.
Whatever you offer is I'm grateful for. I mean, at the word, actually, I can get my family out there in infestation.
Oh, that's
that
nice.
We're living in.
Yeah.
I don't have to worry about my wife dying in the vehicle that we have now.
Thank you for coming on.
Thank you for having me.
And there you have it, guys. We gave away a lot of money. Thank you so much, Honey, for sponsoring this video. I appreciate it. If you're not already, please hit that subscribe button. This is just the beginning of what I want to do. Over the next few years,
Keep your
I want to
shirt
help
on,
thousands
dude.
of people
Yeah.
by subscribing.
I know your wife
So
likes
please
that,
do
but
And there's a
we
video
don't
right
need
here
to see
with Chris
that.
Red. tap on it. It'd make me really happy. I'll see you tomorrow.
Subscribe or I won't start my gaming channel.
In hindsight, he'll probably will.
Yeah.
And that Oni is Mr. Beast.
Yeah.
And Oni has gone mute. Is that even possible?
Uh-oh.
Okay, we'll wait till Oni comes back a sec. I'll just look at some of the comments. Dan says, "Hey Oni, for my birthday last year, I had a Hulk Hogan piñata." Don't tell him that.
Please
Oh,
no.
God.
Steve says, "Had a bit of a transform news I want to share later, but if I'm able to join. Attack of the advertisement, that's Mr. Beast. Oni, are you there?" No, he is still not there. He be mute, which for Oni is rare. Gonna be frank, not surprised in the slightest with that video. Still entertaining, but at the same time, there's a heartfelt display of humanity with Mr. Beast, and you know we've all known that ever since we discovered him last December with what he did for the Domino's Pizza guy. So, you know, I hope to see more of it. And it's like I've said, this guy inspires me. Because if I ever get a huge lottery win, the first thing I'm doing, aside from, you know, doing what I want more of, instead of what, you know...
AKA buying a replica kit in any form.
No, don't be silly. I'll be buying 2 of those.
Of course.
Classic and modern. One of the things I'm going to be doing is getting us all together for a 2-week vacation, whether it's Los Angeles, whether it's New York, or one day we just all show up at Kaiju's apartment. Hey, Kaiju! Am I really that sleep deprived? Are you all here?
Hey, hi, Kaiju.
What is Oni doing here?
I don't know.
There's just that awkward pause, and then... First thing I'll be doing is handing... First of all, I'll be handing Lydia the check, because I don't trust Oni with $2 million.
Oh, yeah. Hand it to me, I will take care of it.
Does I get to have streaming PC?
Only if you're good. I'll be then handing $2 million to Raiden and just say, go open your dojo.
Yes.
Kaiju... I don't know what you do with $2 million other than, you know, doing what more of his passion projects. Win, it'll be, here's $2 million, get yourself a nice penthouse and get Navi his own room. Navi, can I go in? Mother, I am hunting. You're going after the rubber mouse? Yes.
Speaking of which, we did have a bit of an expedition last night. I had to rescue a mouse from him the other day and release it out.
I think that's a good idea.
Yes.
Because I think we all know Navi, like...
He was batting at the poor thing. Eventually, he would have gone into attack mode. Instead of just... Oh, I'm gonna pot you, and I'm gonna pot you some more, and I'm gonna chase you, and then I'm gonna pot you some more.
And the only thing I would do for Oni, I would get him that dream streaming PC that Gaming Careers is building, and the PC that he is building for nerdordie.com. To steal a line from Raiden. Damn.
Yeah.
Because
I don't know that much about PCs and all that, but yo, just seeing all those parts, that I definitely see your PC running smooth playing games like that.
Yep. And ideally, I don't know. I'd probably buy a penthouse somewhere in the States just so I could be a little bit closer to you guys. Although, be the funniest thing ever if I just suddenly show up at Oni's house. Hey, Oni! Oh, good lord, I hope I'm drunk.
Speaking of drunk, my thoughts on Corny talking trash to Becky.
Dude,
go on.
I not only give you the floor, I give you the whole auditorium. Go nuts.
Corny never surprises me on how far he can go. And I don't condone what he says, but it's at the point with me, like, just let him be loose. Like,
really?
I mean, he's already loose, but he ain't gonna listen to no one but something that he likes and someone else does. He controls a cult of people that thinks wrestling should be all serious, but in hindsight, we all can't have what we want. Wrestling is universal. Comedy, wrestling, and all. And the whole thing with Becky, like I said, I don't condone what he says, but yeah, anything that's different to him, he shits on immediately. And I will say it wasn't cool for him to go after Dana Brooks. He did nothing. I mean, I personally wouldn't go after someone that I don't find attractive, but I say keep your opinions to yourself and keep to yourself and just like that. So
wait, you didn't find Dana Brooke attractive?
Yeah, I think he said something about, I don't know.
I would beg to differ with him.
Hold on, let me see if I can find the tweet.
Oh no. Because I feel like we're having a similar episode where McMahon said he didn't find Caitlyn attractive. Now, for context, attraction can be subjective, but I look at Caitlyn and all I'm thinking is, when can I buy you pizza?
Yeah, the girl is it. And I know that's also British slang for hot too, but still, both things.
Whereas Lids would be like, stuff the pizza, I just want to buy her a drink. Well, I thought I'd get a little bit of a laugh out of Lids, but never mind. Well, Lids does like Caitlyn. Okay. We are waiting for the tweet of Cornette, and we're also waiting for the Oni to return.
Sorry, real life again.
All right.
Luke's here. I gotta go. Y'all have fun.
All right.
And all that good stuff.
Peace out, brother.
All right, man.
Talk to you later, babe.
Talk to you later, love. Love you. Mwah.
Love you.
Oni has left the building.
Dun-dun-dun.
That was really weird because when I was doing as mom was like, I see Oni, and I was like, oh no, you didn't.
He went to places. We'll just say that.
Yeah, when you listen to it later, Raiden, you'll be like, bruh, chill. Because Oni
here it is.
Because Oni decided to be Oni.
Of course.
I love everyone, including Thena.
Oni, you don't mean that. Yeah, you're right, I don't.
got it. Let me post here. Okay.
Let's see. What am
Okay. Here. Okay. Okay. Here's what he said. Here's what he said. Okay. He said this, and I quote: "Dana Brooks' entire face looks like it was remodeled after somebody set fire to it and put it out with an axe." Cornette said. "What the has happened? Did she do that on purpose, or was she in a horrible accident? What the fuck?"
Damn.
And there's Dana Sweet. She says, "How about you stop hiding behind a keyboard and come say it to my face? Because I doubt you would when you see me in person, Mark. How about stop spreading hate, spread positivity?" Knowing Cornette, that will never happen.
No.
I mean, like I said before, with Cornette, he lives off of hate. He makes a whole career of it. So I doubt half the time he means it, but with Cornette, it's two different things. One time he means it, one time he just goes off the rails just for entertainment.
Here's the thing. I would go and respond to Cornette about that, but you know, with the way he's been behaving lately, it ain't worth it.
Yeah, that's why I said, like, let him be him, no matter how asinine he can be.
To sway things back to something a little bit more positive, Mr. Beast did it again. Did something real nice for the community, and it's like we've said so many times before. This is what most YouTubers should aspire to be. I mean, they don't have to be angelic and the most giving, but they can aspire to be somebody that's actually doing a lot of good for the community. I mean, this, you know, he could very easily just sit back and live off his, 22 million. I know I said in one video, he's worth 6 million. I have to correct myself. I actually did a little bit of fact checking. He's actually worth 22 million as we speak at this moment. He could quite easily just sit on that and do what he wants with his money, but he chooses to give back. And to be fair, he does get benefits by doing that, because Tesla actually give him courtesy new car models for him to have because of what he goes and does for people. And considering what he's done, I say fair play. You've worked for it. Take it. And it's like we've seen so many times before, whether it's with tipping a brand new house to the Domino's delivery guy, or to giving away cars at a used car showroom, or to what he did for Chandler's babysitter for back in the day. Actually got him a new apartment, fully furnished it, and paid his rent and utility bills for the first year. It's as Wynn said, there's a special place in heaven reserved for Mr. Beast. And rightly so.
Along with Seth Rogen, Craig Robinson, and Dave Baruchel from This Is the End.
Yeah. So,
has anyone ever seen that movie?
Can't say that I have.
Let's just say whenever you get a chance, you will laugh your ass off. Trust me.
I know Seth does a lot for, I think it's his mother-in-law that's it's either she's got Parkinson's or it's another degenerative disease, and he was at like this Senate hearing where he said, and I think he did this kind of tongue-in-cheek where he said, can we please get her set up so she can get the medication she needs, so I can go back to being the lazy weed smoking guy that I like enjoying, and not having to worry about other people's problems. Some might have looked at that as a little bit arrogant, but I saw what he was trying to do is get people set up so that their lives can be more enjoyable, so I can also enjoy mine. So it's meant in tongue in cheek, but it is what it is. So yeah,
Say what you will. Say what you will about Seth Rogen and the way he makes movies, even though half of his money is hell. He does have a heart.
Yeah. I've said what I needed to about the Mr. Beast video. Win, go.
I gotta say, that was pretty awesome of him, I'm not gonna lie.
Alright. Lids.
What are we commenting on again? I'm confused.
Mr. Beast.
Oh, I mean, it was nice. It's like, I mean, I'm glad that he's being very charitable. He's giving money to people who really need it right now, especially with this pandemic that's going around. Yeah, I don't really have anything to say to that. Good job, man.
Last but never least, the mighty Raiden.
I mean, it's like you guys said. I mean, it's very generous, and it was just like him to do something cool. And like you said, MJ, there's a special place of heaven for him in the future, because despite how just hilarious the guy is, and sometimes kind of going to put his friends out, but it's for a greater purpose.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Especially Chandler.
Yeah, Chandler. Onto something, probably positive, but for different reasons, and this will please the Raiden. Power Rangers reveal Lightning Collection Alpha 5, Zordon, Morpher, and more.
Oh!
Power Ranger fans get plenty of cool news this morning when Hasbro revealed a slew of new products coming to its Lightning Collection line, and one of them was expected. The other releases were complete surprises. The first new addition to the line is Putty Patrol 2-pack, which come with a few weapon attachments for their hands and effects that are perfect for the Power Ranger-centric setup in your collection. Up next was the Green Psycho Ranger, an original Ranger from the comics that was previously only available via a Comic-Con exclusive. They then outdid themselves with the previously rumored Alpha 5 Zordon 2-pack, which looks fantastic, but they weren't done yet. The last reveal was a new Mighty Morphin Power Rangers Morpher set with all 5 power coins and a cool display base. That's an impressive rollout for sure, and you can hit the next slide to all of the big reveals up close. To kick things off, you can find the official description for the Zordon Alpha 5 2-pack below. Power Rangers Lightning Collection, Mighty Morphin, and Alpha 5 6-inch collectible figure toy 2-pack inspired by the classic TV show. Pre-order at Walmart for $29.87. 6-inch scale collectible Power Rangers figures, Go-Go Power Rangers. This Power Rangers Lightning Collection 2-pack features figures with premium painted decoration and design. I Premium Alpha 5 action figure with multiple points of articulation for high posable and character-inspired accessory. Zordon figure lights up. Press the button on the base of the Zordon figure to light up the pillar and display Zordon's floating head. Inspired by Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, Zordon is the mentor of the original Power Rangers, and Alpha 5 is loyal robotic sidekick. And the Power Rangers Lightning Collection. Look for other collectible Power Rangers figures, including characters from Mighty Morphin Power Rangers Dino Charge, Power Rangers Beast Morphers, and more, each sold separately, subject to availability. It's Morphin time. From the Beast Morphers back to the original Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, the Power Rangers have brought teamwork, action, and adventure to fans. The legacy continues with figures, vehicles, collectibles, and roleplay toys from Hasbro, celebrating Rangers teams from Mighty Morphin to the Beast Morphers. Imagine the action of all the Power Rangers with toys from Hasbro. Power Rangers toys used alternately, subject to availability. The 6-inch Lightning Power Rangers Collect Figure 2-pack features premium painted details and design inspired by Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, an Alpha 5 figure with multiple points of articulation for high posability, and a Zordon with light effects for play or display. Hit the next slide to check out the next newest editions and let me know what you think in the comments, or let me know at Twitter. Ugh. There's a whole bunch of it that just goes, oh, the Lightning Morpher collection. Oh man, that looks sweet. Especially the detail, the way, I mean, the Morpher itself looks like it's, you know, just taken right from the TV show. Oh, the Morpher's $49.99 from Walmart. Jeez.
Hey.
Oh wow.
Psycho Green though looks super cool.
Yes.
Oh, Zordon head's not bad. Alpha.
Oh yeah, especially when it lights up.
Oh yeah. Oh wow. Yeah, because I don't think there was Psycho Green in Power Rangers in Space or Lost Galaxy, was there?
Mhm. What? Yeah. It was in the Boom Studios comic Psycho Rangers, and if anyone can find it, check it out. It's a really interesting, really great story, especially with the new team of Psycho Rangers. And the origins of Psycho Green is really interesting to see. Read up to. Yeah, too.
As awesome as a new Alpha and Zordon figures are, what would be even better would be a new Command Center playset. Yeah.
Oh, I think that's going to be in the horizon. So far, ever since Hasbro picked up Power Rangers, they've been doing great work with just the way that the Power Rangers look. Definitely Marvel Legends like. So.
Yeah.
And the detail is much better than what we see in Bandai in the Legacy collection.
Oh yeah. Lids, thoughts?
Like if Oni's still listening, honey, I know what I want from Christmas.
You don't want me?
Well, besides that.
Yes.
But this looks really cool. I would definitely like to own the Morpher set. Looks cool, and I do like the look of Psycho Green. I'm just like, it's really blown away by this. I do like this. It's really cool.
Sean's just said what we need is Lord Zed on his chair. Ooh.
Yes.
Well, they did. I don't know what wave was it, but there is a Lord Zed figure, and I know someone will create. I know there will be an exclusive in a Comic-Con with him with a chair that lights up.
Nice. When?
I'd be all over these sets. Those sets sound awesome. If anything, I would definitely love a Command Center or a Lord Zed in his chair. And at that price, you know they're not half-assing the quality.
Nope. Me personally, I'd probably go for the Morpher, because here's the thing. I was working on a Power Rangers versus Power Rangers script a year ago until something else came along, and I was looking to get a Morpher off of eBay just to have a much more authentic look, just to where Retro would have gone, come on, let's do it, and Mod would be like, no, you promise, no, I did not agree to this. And then it would have been done like a montage of you know, it's Morphin Time, Modern MJ, Retro MJ, whereas Modern would be like, do I really have to do this? It'd be like that sort of thing. It'd be like Raiden teaming up with Brock. It'd be like, hell nah.
Actually, half and half. I'm kind of over the Brock Lesnar hate nowadays because when you look past it, it's not really his fault. Well, yeah, he's there to collect a paycheck, but it's more Vince pushing the crap out of the guy. But I mean, aside from the attitude, he's not too bad. But you know,
Raiden, in order for him to be pushed, he actually has to show up.
Yeah. True.
I'm here all week. What I would love to see done with merchandise with this level of quality and authenticity, Hasbro, if you're listening, I want this done for the 30th anniversary. Give me an authentic, detailed collection of Slayers merchandise.
Ooh.
Including at least a 14-inch high replica figure of Lena Inverse from Slayers Next. And Win is purring.
Damn right.
But then I'd also like to see an alternate as well. A fully detailed figure from the OVAs. But model makers, when you go to do Naga, don't be too detailed, if you get my meaning. Yeah.
To be fair, if they did, there's at least a cape covering.
Yeah, but still, it's just... I don't think Naga's one of those characters you could do something too detailed on. Especially if some of the OVAs in the movies are anything to go by, because to put it as politely as I can, folks, some of her anatomy has minds of their own, which Win can attest to.
Yeah. Then again, it is kind of a mix of actual fantasy and parody of fantasy, so Naga
True.
has that kind of a trope of the scantily clad sorceress.
Dan's just said, hopefully a detailed Naga figure will have trouble standing up on its own. I think that's what Win was highlighting.
Also,
yeah. With the over-the-top armor, the skippiness, and the fact that they actually ascertain it's absurd because of Naga stabbing her cheek with her pauldrons.
Did you just stab your cheeks with your own shoulder spikes? You're an idiot!
You beat me to it.
I think some of the best interactions Lena's had with other characters is probably from the OVAs, because there's something so... I don't want to say satisfying, because that could get taken really out of context, but something so entertaining with just how much of a rasp Cynthia has in her delivery as Lena. I mean, don't get me wrong, I love me some Lisa Ortiz with her performance. Probably more of the 3 seasons than when she came back for Revolutions, because I don't know if you noticed this, when Lisa came back for that series, it sounded like she was carrying over her Amy Rose performance a little bit, because Lena was squeakier. But then again,
Yeah.
for playing Amy Rose for as many years as she did in not only Sonic X, but also the years that the 4Kids cast were kept over from 2005 until 2010 when the Funimation cast took over for Sonic Colors, with the only exception being Mike Pollock. I always felt that, Lisa, it was almost like she had taken tiny doses of helium in her delivery as Lena. I don't know why. I mean,
It's probably because she was used to working with the same voice director when contracted by the same company. But when you start working with a new one, you kind of have to get used to getting out of your comfort zone, especially if the voice director is looking for something specifically.
The only two that I could swear as clear as day, it was like they just, finished with next after only, say, a week. Veronica Taylor and Crispin Freeman walked right back in with the same pitch and delivery from the last episode of Slayer's Try.
Oh yeah, and I had the fortune of meeting both of them, and they are amazing. Veronica Taylor is such a sweetheart.
Yep. And hard to think it's the same voice actress that voiced Ash Ketchum as well, because you wouldn't think they were the same.
Oh yeah, but that's also because she's done more diverse roles in her voice career. Lisa had a lot of characters that had the similar pitch of Amy Rose, where there were a couple exceptions here and there. And when you're kind of used to doing a particular pitch, it takes you a while to kind of get used to manipulating your diaphragm and the tone of your voice. For example, I had to make sure I didn't sound like Boo when doing Sandra Alucard for the upcoming project Raph is going to post down the road. I'm totally used to sounding like a diminutive alien child. But I had to remember to kind of just slightly only manipulate the normal tone of my voice for kind of this bubbly vampire girl. Aw, you're such a sweetheart, Jackie.
Always preferred.
And I kind of got to do the same in D&D because I do a male half-orc druid, so I kind of got to do for this kind of gruff orc dad-esque voice as if to kind of go, don't talk to me or my daughter ever again.
Yeah.
What can I say? He does big protect for little tiefling.
Yeah, that would be me.
Yes.
Dan's just
like I said, he's orc dad.
Dan's just asked, how would you say Slayer stands up compared to modern day anime? If we're talking Slayer's the TV series, Next, and Try, along with the OVAs, I'd say they're a product of their time, because I think the thing that has improved over the last 20 years, the vocal deliveries from the characters has improved greatly, especially from the extras, because I think one of the biggest problems Slayers had back in the day is characters like Lena, Gowry, even when Daniel Cronin was playing Zelgadis in the first half of the Slayers TV series, they would be getting the most attention with regards to the delivery of their lines, to make it sound like it's not automated and what have you, whereas the extras, the voice acting wouldn't be that great. Whereas when you go to Slayer's Revolution and Evolution R, even smaller characters, the voice acting is absolutely monumental. I would say the writing has aged better with the OVAs and the first 3 seasons, because as much as I love Revolution and Evolution R, it is repeating a lot of plot points from the earlier Slayer series. I mean, they brought Rezo back in, they brought Shabra-Nigdo back in. You sort of look and think, wait, we already did this some 20 years ago. I mean, by that point with Revolution, it had been 10 years since Slayer's Try had finished, and even in between then, you'd still have the Slayer's movies still being released. They wouldn't have been released until 2003, because I think there was like a licensing issue between Kadokawa Studios in Japan and ADV Films, because for whatever reason, for 5 years, neither of them could get along. And then there was the last Slayer's movie in 2001, Slayer's Premium, which this is the only time Cynthia Martinez has interacted in the Slayer's TV series realm, as opposed to interacting with Naga. Naga is featured in it, but she's only like really at the end. It's hinted, you know, she's there, but it's mentioned she hasn't finished eating, and I'm like, if Lena wasn't already in the shop, that could easily be her, because Slayer's food. You know, that's all you need to know. But for me, the highlight was hearing in the same shot Cynthia interacting with Crispin Freeman, and for me, that was just a joy. And there is something about the way Crispin Freeman voices Zelgadis. I mean, don't get me wrong, I didn't mind what Daniel Cronin did, but Zelgadis, that is Crispin's character through and through, because he's just basically like the eternal grouch. One scene that comes to mind from Slayer's Next, it's in the house of Halciform. There's a scuffle that's going on, and Amelia and Zell are in one room, and Zelgadis is just sort of saying, how should we get by this? And she just goes, with a righteous heart, I had to ask. It's just like this, like, they couldn't be more opposite, but they complement each other, because Amelia is just this very gusto, we must do things with a righteous heart of pure justice and love everyone, which is Oni's worst nightmares. Like, oh gosh, somebody that positive. Whereas,
beware, for I shall smite thee with the hammer of justice.
Did the mighty one hear him, mighty hammer? Go away, Tarrison. Nobody called you. The mighty one does not care for you.
But poor Howard.
But you know, they couldn't be more opposite, yet they work. And it's a similar thing with Lena and Gowry. I mean, Gowry is yogurt for brains, but he's an idiot savant when it comes to swordplay. And Lena, despite her bad temper, grouchy attitude, glutton behavior, and let's call it what it is, she's greedy. At the center, there's a heart of gold with her. She just doesn't show it very often, but the two go together. But then they do say opposites attract. And, when you have Cynthia voicing Lena in Premium, but she's basically beating the tar out of Gowry, whereas before it would be Naga. I don't know. It's just satisfying to watch. And it just annoyed me that there was a gap of 7 years before we would get anything Slayers related. And let's be fair, I don't think we're ever going to see another series the way it was done with those principal voice actors, because Crispin is Zelgadis, And as good as Eric Stewart is as Gowry, Wynn may or may not agree with me on this, and if she doesn't, that's fine. But I thought when Eric came back as Gowry this time, for Revolution and Evolution Art, he didn't sound that great. He had a much deeper tone. Either it's a case of where his voice has aged, or where he's done so much vocal performances with the Eric Stewart band, or whether he'd been smoking, because that can change somebody's pitch and cadence and their tone with regards to talking and voice acting and what have you.
It's probably the roles he had over the years, because when he wasn't Brock and when he wasn't Gowry, he was Seto Kaiba. Because when he returned for the Dark Side Dimensions movie that came to DVD, he was still spot on with his Seto Kaiba role. So it normally depends on what roles you're constantly given. For example, with the Dragon Ball franchise, when Sabat took over as Vegeta and eventually had that deep wrinkle voice and voiced Piccolo, he's done that voice so long, it's easily to mistake that pitch with the pitch he uses for All Might or for Alexandra Louise Armstrong. And the same can be applied for when Colleen Clinkenbeard did Tales for the Sonic Boom cartoon, because she did an amazing job, but at the same time, she has gotten so used to voicing Luffy with that pitch, even though she can do some serious range, because holy shit, if you ever see the Fairy Tail dub, her role as Erza, my favorite character, best girl, also a redhead, if I may entice, is on point.
And we didn't even get to your 2 cents to what Dan said. Does Slayer still hold up?
Slayers? To me, yeah. It was a product of its time, but if they ever did a re-recording, I feel it would probably have some better quality, because technology has advanced since the late 90s and early 2000s, especially with better syncing technology. And more chances to edit. Because sometimes when you edit, something might go wrong unintentionally.
Yeah.
But these days, those chances of mess-ups become less and less, and if you do flub, you can hardly notice it.
I will say, though, unless they had a really decent, compelling story that could either continue Slayers or do like an origin story, just showing like where Lena came from, where Zelgadis and Gowry came from. Slayers is one of those things that does not need the reset button, because you can. The thing about that show is you can jump in at any time, and you wouldn't have needed to started following from the very first episode, because I first caught wind of Slayers when, like, as most people did in the early 2000s, I got Sonic the Hedgehog on DVD, and for context, I'm talking the OVA, not the forthcoming movie that's out on 4K, on DVD, Blu-ray and 4K. Go buy it now, support it, we want a sequel, damn it. I was looking down like a bunch of previews, and I'm like, Slayers, what's this about? And, you know, it opens up with the Midnight Blue theme that's sung by Megami Hayashibara, very talented voice actress and singer, and very nice on the eyes. And I thought, oh, what's this all about? And then, you know, I go into Forbidden Planet in Bristol, bought a couple of videos. Yeah, it was circa 2000. We still did VHS back then. And it was the first episode from Now, with Slayer's Book of Spells, we didn't get that as like one singular thing. We had it broken up into 2 videos. We would have the Scary Chimera Plan, Jeffrey's Knighthood, and then Mirror Mirror would be its own separate video. So I'm watching the Scary Chimera Plan. I see, you know, the very moody, dark color palette of the, you know, of the mid to late 90s. I like the score, and I like hearing the first couple of lines from Cynthia. I'm like, oh, hang on, this is going somewhere. And by the end of the episode, I'm like, well, I'm hooked. But it was Naga's fucking laugh. Don't get me wrong, I love that character, but anytime I hear that laugh, I'm like, oh no.
Bondage Queen of Darkness has awoken.
Yes, and I'm fit to be tied with you.
The fact that I know those lines, like, I've watched that more times than I should have. And it's just like, it's Lena's reaction when Naga's like looking at the chimera plans that Old Man Duel is trying to do to her. It's just like, no.
Just kicks over a table. He tries to get himself out of trouble, only to realize he's doubling down. Well, if that's the case, that's even worse!
And then that fucking laugh. And then, you know, the dust clears, and the first thing that you see that pulls through is her boots, and then her rather over-exaggerated features come through. I remember looking, thinking, oh gosh, it's gonna be one of those things, isn't it?
I love it.
Also, from what I've seen in highlights, those things have a mind of its own.
Oh, they do. I think the thing that traumatized poor Raiden, the first instance he ever saw and heard of Naga, same episode, but it was the one where 10 of them emerged from the fountain and they were all doing that laugh in unison. He's just like, oh lord.
You can make a normal man go insane.
Oni could tell you stories.
Yes, you can.
Damn.
If you ever get a chance, there's 2 names that this movie goes by. There's Slayer's The Motion Picture, or Slayer's Perfect, as it's known as. The movie actually came first, before the OVAs. And you get kind of a somewhat introduction to Lena, although there's more of a backstory to where she came from in Slayer's Try, when you get the only time Luna in verse is mentioned, and Lena is scared witless of her.
Oh. Well then.
Well, the story goes, Lena once projected an image of Luna bathing upon the whole town for everyone to see, and well, Luna's kind of had it in for her ever since.
Oh, damn.
And just the mere mention of her sister causes Lena to go and build a pyramid, build a sarcophagus, and buries herself in the pyramid, causing the pyramid to go underground.
Yikes.
When we go off air, I'll show you a clip.
Okay.
It's one of those, like I say, you have to see it to believe it. And the thing you also get introduced to in that series from, I think Zelos was introduced in I want to say the 3rd episode of Next Win, Because I know he was introduced reasonably early.
I think so. I'll have to go back and rewatch it.
Yeah, Zelos, he has a punchable face.
No, really?
Seriously.
Yeah, especially, and he gets on Zelgadis' nerves to no end, where he just goes, "Now that is a secret." And here's
God, I love how much of a troll Zelos can be.
Here's the thing. I like Michael Central Nicholas's portrayal of him in Revolution and Evolution R, but he wasn't David Moo. David Moo, as Wynn said, he was just an absolute asshole of a troll, especially with the sort of nasal delivery. Goes, "Now that is a secret." And he would piss Zelgadis off to no end, to the point where Zelgadis would be like, "What are you doing here?" Or the one that caught us off guard in, I think it was Evolution R, where they actually finally brought Naga in, but it wasn't Naga, it was Nama, the living armor. And there's just this one scene where Zelgadis goes, "Zelos, you bastard!" I'm like, "Whoa, dude!" And it was, if you remember, when there was also kind of an innuendo joke where, in order to save Amelia, Nama opens up the armor to sort of protect Amelia. He goes, "Oh, don't worry, Miss Amelia, you're inside me." And I'm like, oh god, there's so many ways that could be taken there.
Yeah, context matters.
And what makes it even more awkward in the story, Naga is Amelia's big sister. So yeah, they kind of made that kind of joke, and I'm like, oh no.
Yeah, I've put it in the chat box for anyone who wants to watch it at their leisure later, the infamous clip.
Hang on, I'm just going to copy that link for Dan just so he can get the context. Oh god. But yeah. I think, what is actually my favorite episode from Next? Probably one of my favorites. It's the Dragon Cuisine episode.
Though I will say, one of the YouTube comments when I was looking for this clip, I just realized from 3 years ago, does say, friendly reminder that the author of Slayers has confirmed that Luna is slightly more powerful than Zelos.
Yeah. And like I say, Lena fears her with every fiber of her being, but considering what she did, yeah. I would show a clip to, well, what I can do is pop the clip in for the audience to watch, but I can't stream it because, and I'll tell you why. I've tried showing anime clips before in reviews, and when I did episode reviews of Spice and Wolf back in the day, the studio that owns the Japanese rights to it not only had the video taken down, but I also had a copyright strike put against the channel, and I couldn't do anything about that, so I literally, you know, they had literally sent me through copyright school as well. So that was fun. And yeah, it's why anything, whether it's Slayers, whether it's any anime, I don't review it on the channel because, well, you know, you don't make the same mistake twice. Yeah. And if you'll excuse me a moment, I have to go use the facilities because, unfortunately, not to get too much of a personal thing, I actually suffer with a rare eye condition known as blepharitis, where certain flakes in the eyelashes will actually irritate the eye to where I actually have to go calm it down. And right now, one of my eyes is just getting super agitated, so I'm gonna go on mute. Wen, I'm gonna let you take control for a few minutes, so I leave things in your good control for a few minutes.
Alrighty. If that's the case, just gotta scroll up, see if I can find that link. Ah, yes. Here we go. This was something I stumbled across on Twitter the other day for all you fighting game and wrestling fans.
Huh? What? Where?
You know about this the other day, Raiden, because I was showing you the artwork and you showed something cute the other day, but SNK is collaborating with WWE for a fighting game, The King of Fighters All-Star.
Oh yeah, I heard about this. Actually, Oni's playing this game right now.
I didn't realize it was out already. I thought it was just announced.
I know, right?
Oh, well, I think he's playing something different. I don't know. I think I might be confused.
It's okay. It's probably from a similar franchise, because one of the SNK games that came out recently, I believe, is Samurai Showdown, which recently announced a popular character and very controversial one, making a return as DLC, I believe. I can't remember her name off the top of my head, but I'm sure it'll come to me if you give me a moment. Ah, yeah, that's it. Her name is Iroha. She's kind of known to be a very bouncy and very fan servicey fighter, but her combos, from what I've seen, look pretty amazing. And anything that makes the more overzealous crowd with rage gets my mark of approval. Let's see if I can find a clip of gameplay from Iroha. Samurai Showdown. Give me a moment, and I will link it for you to watch, since it's only 48 seconds. Plenty of time for MJ to get back from the restroom. And I'll open up our stream so I can link it for anyone interested. Let's see where... here's our stream. I've never led a stream before, so I am sorry if I'm failing you right now. I am so fired.
There's no way on God's green earth I would ever fire you, Win.
Oh, welcome back. But yes, this is the clip in question of the controversial character that is coming to Samurai Showdown because it was on the topic of SNK, because I announced the SNK WWE collaboration for the upcoming King of Fighters game. And be warned, this is kind of adultish content in terms of what she's wearing, so if everyone's ready for this 48-second preview.
Alright, let me go into... I just need to tweak a few things a second. Alright.
Inappropriate. When did Mai Shiranui show up?
Apparently she's a descendant of an incarnation of Mai Shiranui.
Okay. Now, let me just There we go. Mute the.
Yeah, I was gonna say mute now if you don't have a headset or might think your speakers may leak. I would not want any game companies to get mad. So if everyone's ready,
Mm-hmm.
Ready.
3,
Ready.
2, 1, round 1. Fight! I mean play.
Peggy 16.
Whoa!
That's what I meant by controversial. She's a very fan servicey character, but from a previous game, I guess she developed quite the following. And
not
apparently,
aerodynamic.
and apparently, the usual crowd of people on Twitter are losing their shit about Iroha.
I mean, don't get me wrong. It's like it's not a bad design, but that's a lot of side boob.
Well, she is a descendant of Mai Shiranui.
Peggy 16.
I mean, she is an ancestor, I mean.
Good lord.
Yeah.
I mean, I have no complaints over that. That was nice.
Of course you wouldn't.
Yeah.
The gameplay is fantastic.
That's why I didn't say anything.
Yeah, on one hand, the gameplay is fantastic. On the other, I figured the chat would be all, how you doing?
Oh, funny you mentioned that. I've got a fan music video that somebody did a few years back where they took an MDM setup, but did it to the Chopsticks Brothers My Little Apple. I can't show that in the live stream because, one, the record company would have a copyright claim and possibly a copyright strike, and also the animators had a little bit of too much fun with some of the female characters in that, so I will advise discretion beforehand. Although Lids will be going, hang on, I gotta get popcorn for this. This gonna be good. And obviously for Raiden, we'll show how, you know, scared witless Lena was of Luna. God. Is there actually? I think we'll probably do one more topic before closing out because I don't feel like there's anything else really to talk about this week because we got the the basics discussed. Let's see. I just need to copy a few details into this. Okay. Pop that back in, and Raiden's gonna be back in a minute. Hang on. Probably would help if I had the article up. There we go.
Ooh.
GameStop buy 2 and get 2 free sale includes dirt cheap PS4 and Xbox One games. GameStop is currently hosting a massive sale featuring hundreds of PS4 and Xbox One games. Included in this are not only dirt cheap PlayStation and Xbox games, but an incredible offer of buy 2, get 2 free when purchasing pre-owned games that are below $10. In other words, you can get up to $40 worth of games for just $20. Usually with an offer like this you'd expect a lot of filler, but it's mostly AAA games, though the titles are admittedly a bit on the older side. That said, below you can check out some of the promotion's best deals. Note, the prices are for pre-owned games, however brand new versions of many of the games below are also on sale, but they're a bit more pricey. Middle-earth, Shadow of War, Shadow of War Xbox One, Final Fantasy XV, Call of Duty, World War II, Uncharted, A Thief's End, Fallout 76, Destiny 2, Call of Duty Infinite Warfare, Injustice 2, Halo 5, Tom Clancy's The Division, Agents of Mayhem, Mass Effect Andromeda, Assassin's Creed Unity, Call of Duty Advanced Warfare, Horizon Zero Dawn, Batman Arkham Knight, Skipping, Fallout 4, Lego Marvel Superheroes, Doom, Rise of the Tomb Raider, Star Wars Battlefront, The Order, Mafia 3, Battlefield 1, Borderlands, The Handsome Collection, Far Cry 4, Far Cry Primal, The Evil Within 2, Dishonored 2, Prey, Mortal Kombat, Watch Dogs, Gears of War 4, Middle-earth, Shadow of Mordor, Need for Speed, Xbox One. Oh. They did a brand new Need for Speed, just called Need for Speed. Interesting. Gears of War, Meta Ultimate Edition, Halo Wars 2, Dragon Age Acquisition. Yeah, the list goes. Oh, good lord, there is a hell of a list. No Sonic games? I'm insulted. If none of this tickles your fancy, don't worry. The PlayStation Store is currently hosting its own great sale. Well, let's be frank. People need entertaining, and GameStop are just making it more and more affordable to do so. Also, I'm going to be checking out to see what Need for Speed game is actually out for the Xbox One, because I like me some Need for Speed. Although Need for Speed Most Wanted in 2005 is the greatest Need for Speed game ever. Shut up! It is.
Amen.
The 2012 version, although nice, is not as good. The playability and the cars are the best in 2005, especially the Mustang. Hallelujah! It's a Mustang. It's a Mustang.
Also, that beautiful BMW M3.
I don't mind it, but I'm a Mustang guy, so yeah.
Right.
Basically, I don't blame GameStop for doing this, because considering some of the bad press they got by trying to keep so many stores open during the lockdown when they're not an essential business online, different context, because you can do whatever and whenever you want. So, yeah, good for them. Raiden. Apparently we've lost Raiden. Okay then. Lids, your thoughts?
It's not a bad deal. Just again, I feel like that GameStop's doing this to kind of clean up their image after the whole we're essential business kind of thing. That I think this is just. I feel that this is a PR move. Don't get me wrong. It's not a bad idea to give away some of their stock, but yeah, again, PR stunt / trying to move their merchandise. That's all I can say.
All right, Wayne, your thoughts?
It sounds like a pretty neat deal, to be honest. And it could be considered a good way of penance for the questionable decision they made for the past couple of months of trying to stay open during shutdown. Yeah, people need some hobby to keep sane, but to consider yourself an essential business is a bit of a stretch. But to see that they're kind of doing these deals, I can't complain too much, because, hey, a lot of people are on tight budgets right now.
Yep. Pretty much. Raiden, are you back with us?
I don't know.
Apparently that's a negative. Alrighty then. I think this is probably as good a time as any to call it a day. Until next time, I have been MJ, saying good night from the night.
Until next time,
Take care.
Thank you for joining us, folks, and yeah, stay safe out there. Be a little nicer to your neighbor, and seriously, enter that competition to win that streaming PC. You'll thank me for it later. And also, make Oni and Lydia rich, so I don't know, they can start their own gaming YouTube channel, because why not? Stay safe, folks, and thank you for tuning in.
Good night, everybody.